So there was some news that was dropped a couple of days ago that a lot of people actually didn't manage to catch on the internet. I was seeing a lot of people kind of like missed this due to the fact that it was swarmed by a lot of the other like Anime Expo news that was going around, because Kodansha announced quite a few titles that they're going to be bringing out for like next year, and one of them is that the fact that we're going to be talking about on there, like, although there are quite a few other series on there that I was actually kind of really happy and glad that they were getting on there. I think the one that I kind of want to talk a little bit more about is the fact that, since you can already tell the title, we've got already an introduction to like Eden Zero, when that's going to be coming out on here, because there is some great news with a bunch of the stuff that we're going to be covering. So first, let's talk about the Eden Zero news, and then we'll be talking about the two other fairy tale news that Kodansha is going to be bringing over to complete our collections. So one thing that we're going to be getting from there is that we're going to have a simul-publication print release with Japan when it comes to at least the first volume of the Eden Zero. We don't know if this is going to be the case for the rest of them, but people don't know. We've been having like the chapters coming out around about the same time as Japan has been coming out with them, and we are finally getting the official date coming October 2018. There's not a specific date at the moment, but to kind of compare, where I was thinking like, how many chapters is that going to lead us with, especially because I was going back through like the original fairy tale volume, and the first volume is 4 chapters, and I was looking at like where the other volumes were, and normally the other volumes of fairy tale normally had about 9 chapters to sometimes 8 to 10. Like, it was normally the averaging around about 9 chapter mark that we was always going with when it came to a publication of volume. So we could see, yeah, that it's probably going to be having the next chapter, and then that is going to be it for the first like kind of like release and all that. We haven't got an official cover yet for what it's going to be looking like, but I will be talking about that when we get any more news about that. The next bit of news is that we're finally going to be getting the last bit of the Gaiden kind of stuff. Like, we've had the Road Knight, we've had the Sabertooth one, and now it's the Laxus little spin-off that we've been kind of waiting for and all that, which is going to be called Fairy Tale Lightning Gods. To be fair, I think I only checked out the first chapter or 2 of this. I didn't check any more of it, but I am kind of looking forward to this. The one I'm the most excited for out of all of them is the one that I've been so tempted to get for quite a while, and that has been Hiromashima's short, like, collection of shorts that he's put out for a while, which is, they're calling it Hiromashima's Playground, which should be coming out around about October time as well, and it's including the one-shots, the prototypes, or his other series. This should include, like, Ray, this should include, like, I believe Fairy Tail's going to be in this as well, the one-shot for that. That'll be the first real time that a lot of people get to look at the one-shot for Fairy Tail. Not to mention there's, like, the stuff when, like, where Sigre, aka Jalal, comes from, the Joker series where they had, like, going on there. Like, there's a few. I'm definitely excited for that, because I want to complete the collection. I kind of need to get onto, finishing off collecting off the spin-offs. I need to get all the Sabertooth one, the Gargiel Road Knight, and then Ozzy as well, the Laxus one. I'm missing out on the Grey spin-offs. I'm missing out on the Blue Mistral, and I believe the last 2-3 Fairy Girl volumes and all that were likely ones. So I'm missing out on any of the small stuff. I've got most of the stuff that, like, I've got all the current, like, old 63 volumes of the series, and then that isn't going to include probably the spin. It's going to depend with the spin-off stuff as well, because some of that stuff is like, I don't know, like, I mean, personally, I want to kind of collect all the kind of stuff, but it's like, I don't know if I want to collect shit like City Heroes or like some of that stuff. The sequel, it seems quite important, so we'll definitely handle that. But yeah, no, quite a lot of stuff on there, and I was kind of like, it only really caught my attention, like, it was swarmed by just the amount of the other Anime Expo news on there, and I was like, there are some other really cool stuff that they've been having, like, on there. It wasn't just Eden Zero. They're finally giving us and all that, the first time and all that for the 7 Deadly Sins stuff. They're getting some of the side content from there. That we're finally going to be getting a little bit of a Boarding School Juliet, which was like a really fun little romance series on there. Like, they've got quite a few little series here and there on there. I was like, oh, that's actually cool. They've actually managed to pick up the license for that, or like they're finally going to be putting prints to them. So yeah, for a lot of people that were kind of like, I know a lot of us were going to be like, going to buy the first official volume in Japan, and that kind of takes away that from a little bit and all that. Cause I know some people still want to do that, kind of like support like their release and all that, but either or and all that, I'm definitely going to be getting the English volume. It's just, I'm going to have to find find some space to put it up there. Like, since if this is as big as Fairy Tail, I might need another bookshelf on there. But we'll wait and see and all that. There's still a lot to be said and all that about itself and its series as well as we go later down the lines on there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.